Good morning, Kris. Thank you so much for jumping on a call with me. This is great.
Yeah. Good morning, Laine. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. So previously, you and I, and kind of the team at Trigger, have just talked about photography because we definitely want to use your skills for our clients. And you had mentioned some of kind of the roadblocks that your clients run into when they are asking you to do great photo shoots, and they kind of don't necessarily know what their next step should be. So I'd love just to hear more about that and kind of what your suggestions are for clients using a photographer.
Sure. Yeah, this is such a cool topic. I'm so glad that you guys are digging into it because we live in such a media drenched society right now that it's super important when you're approaching your public image for your company that you're like, especially with the investment the photos and videos can be, that you're being forward thinking about it and you're being deliberate about what you're doing. I use this analogy a lot. What's the first thing you do when you put together a puzzle? You look at the box.
Right. Yeah.
You don't put the edge pieces out. You don't. The first thing you do, you'll look at the box.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got a plan of where you're going before you start. And so, especially when these photo shoots that can be so astronomically expensive so quickly between talent and locations and all of the other things, you want the puzzle box, right? You want to be able to look at that box and be like, okay, this is where we're heading.
Yeah.
And so by planning ahead, then you're even talking through that. You say, okay, well, we know we need photos of our new product.
Right.
Okay, we say we make this widget. Once you start looking at what that widget is and who you want to talk to, you may be a household name. Great. Mm-hmm. Then all of a sudden it's like, let's just have fun with it. But if it's a brand intro, people don't know about your widget. They don't, unfortunately, care about it at this point. They care about what it can do for them, but they don't care about the widget itself yet. Mm-hmm. And so in that kind of strategy discussion, before you even go to capture, you're going, all right, who am I talking to? Where am I building this for? Where's my audience? So that then once you do a shoot, you can actually build the content around that structure. We had mentioned before, you've got, as necessary as just catalogs of media are now, it's so critically important to decide on, what those integration points are. Okay, so we do photo, we do video, they go hand in hand. The technology now allows us to flip a switch on the camera and we're running 4K video, and we flip a switch back and we're taking stills again. And that integration, that capture, is so important to just get that content library built. Mm-hmm. So I think one thing that I see a lot of people struggle with is they'll do, hey, let's do a photo shoot. Great. What are we shooting? Oh, we're shooting, I don't know. Hey, these vitamins. We make these vitamins. We just need to shoot these vitamins. Well, it's a gummy bear, Yeah. Yeah, sure. It happens to be fortified, but it's a gummy bear. And they don't think about the integration of, okay, we're selling to moms. Mm-hmm. Those moms are going to be on Facebook. They're going to be on Instagram. They're not going to be probably looking for, these in some type of publication style. It's going to be, you need an Amazon component because, it's e-commerce. There's these certain things that you kind of have to build through because, we could spend a ton of money shooting gummy bears in an environment that doesn't speak to the audience at all. So it's super important in that strategy piece up front so that when we get to set, we can just make beautiful photos, beautiful videos. Mm-hmm. And another thing that we talk a lot about is half the expense of the shoot is getting there. Right. So getting the team, getting the location, getting the talent, getting the blah, blah, blah to make all the stuff. Mm-hmm. And so we always really, really, I feel like a broken record. We're there, let's shoot it.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, when building the shot list, sometimes it's unrealistic to build this, 4-page long shot list and try to get it done in a half a day. Mm-hmm. But there are times once you get to set, hey, we'll probably never use the back of the product, but we probably should shoot it because we're here, because just in case, because it's that idea of building that library.
Yeah.
Because it's a whole lot harder to come back and be like, oh, we forgot to shoot the back. Now we've got to do a reshoot, because then you've got all of those expenses again. And a lot of that can be curtailed in that planning piece before the shoot, knowing strategically where all the stuff is going.
Mm-hmm. That's one thing that I love working with you is that we get clients that need this content. And we are strategists and we're executioners, but we're not content creators. We're like content strategists. So to have a client who needs a photo shoot to be able to say, okay, well, we know where we want to go, and then to come to you and say, hey, Kris, this is our shot list. What do you think? And you're so great to work with, and you've been coaching me along the way to help me create my shot list, especially for holiday promotions. So, and here it is, the beginning of August, and we're already talking about holiday. I mean, we were talking about that in June. So yeah, I really appreciate kind of your holistic approach to photo shoots and video shoots, just knowing that there needs to be a plan. We're not just coming in to create beautiful photos. What do we do after the beautiful photos have been captured?
Yeah, I think that's the one thing that I feel like a lot of people miss is just, because photo shoots are fun and they're energetic and, oh gosh, we have to go this, and the toys are big and everything feels like a movie, and you're like, oh, and then sometimes people get so wrapped up in that they forget to be like, wait a second, all we're doing is we're doing an Amazon shoot. We just need a bunch of stuff on white so we can sell the snot out of it, so that next year we can come back and do a cool lifestyle shoot now that people know who we are.
Yes.
That's really an interesting conversation. I appreciate you so much in your kind words. It's always so much fun to work with smart creatives. It really is.
Well, we love working with you because we like the directness of photographers. That's one thing that we appreciate, because we can kind of get big in our ideas, and it's really great to come alongside of an expert and say, hey, this probably isn't realistic. Have you thought about it like this? And just offering that extra layer of just like a different opinion and a different way to look at things. Yeah, it's been great for me. I've learned a lot. I've been doing photo shoots for a couple of years now, probably like 5 years. Not an expert. But to come alongside you has just been interesting, because you really have a different approach to it, and it's been great.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. Cool. Well, thank you so much for talking to me about this. This has been super helpful. And I know that our clients are really going to appreciate the end result of all of this.
I hope so.
Awesome.
I hope they're going to make some awesome stuff.
I'm sure they will. And we're going to sell the crap out of it.
Great. I like that.
Cool. Well, thanks so much, Kris.
Thanks, Laine.